Hey folks, and welcome back. We're going to start getting into the meat of this unit, and we're going to be talking about how do we go through and name ionic compounds, how do we go through and write formulas for ionic compounds, and then we're going to do the same thing for covalent or molecular compounds. How do we write the names? How do we write the formulas? So let's get into naming ionic compounds. Remember first that metals are found on the left side of the periodic table and nonmetals are found on the right side of the periodic table. And remember from our last video that ionic compounds are made up of one metal and one non-metal, right? So some examples of those would be things like table salt. Table salt is an ionic compound made up of sodium and chlorine, and also baking soda. Now you'll notice here that we've actually got some extra elements here. That's because we have what are called polyatomic ions here. We're going to get to that after we talk about just kind of our more basic, what we call binary ionic compounds. So, steps to naming ionic compounds, very straightforward. First thing you do, write the name of the metal. Second thing you do, write the name of the nonmetal, and then you change the ending of the nonmetal to IDE. So, our first example, we've got sodium and chlorine, right? NaCl, that's the table salt we were talking to look at. You put the metal first, you put the nonmetal second, and then you change that ending to IDE. And that's all there is to it. So let's take a look at a couple more examples. What is the name for SrCl2? Now, that 2 there makes you think that you got to do something. You don't have to worry about that for ionic names. You are going to have to worry about that when we look at writing the formulas, right? Because this would be the formula, but that's going to be in our next video, the next thing we're going to learn about. For now, don't have to worry about that. You just need to look at what are the names of these 2 elements. So, name the metal and name the nonmetal. So, what is the name of the metal? Look it up on the periodic table. It's going to be strontium. What's our name of the nonmetal? Got to look that up on the periodic table. It is chlorine. So we have strontium and chlorine. What's our third step? We got to change that INE ending. We got to change the name of the nonmetal to IDE. So this is going to become strontium chloride. Okay. Let's take a look at one more example. What is the name for Mg3P2? Again, got to look on the periodic table, name the metal, name the nonmetal. Name of the metal is magnesium. Name of the nonmetal is phosphorus. Okay, so we have magnesium and phosphorus. What's our final step? Change the ending of the nonmetal to IDE. Now, where to make the change is, one of those things that you just kind of get a feel for over time. So it's okay if you don't get it exactly right to begin with, but as we kind of go through, you're going to figure out where does that IDE ending go. In general, it's going to go kind of towards the end after after a consonant. So in this case, it's going to be magnesium phosphide. And again, there's some different ways that these can look, but we're just going to get some practice and we'll get more comfortable with this. All right, so that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.